What's up, you fealty gamers, you? I hope you're having a good day, and welcome to this video here. I'm about to ramble a bunch, but before I do that, I just want to say thank you for everyone who's given these videos a chance, this channel a chance, and watching the videos. If you're new, thank you for stopping by. If you're old, thank you for stopping by again. Please do, truly, if you would, please hit like, tell YouTube that you want to see more videos here, that you think I'm a YouTuber's. You know, I'm trying to do my best. I'm trying to learn. I'm trying to make new content, different content, try and keep it as fresh as possible, doing random things just because I'm like, oh, you know, that might be interesting to do, and just trying to figure it out, trying to do a thing. So if you would, please do click like, and if at any point you want to join on the conversation, I really would love to chat with y'all. That's one of the things that really excites me about YouTube, is meeting new fellow gamers, and making a community here for us all to hang out in and chat and just talk about the games and stuff. So if you would, at any point, if you're interested in this topic I'm going to be talking about today, please do join me in the conversation down below. I'd really love to. I'm going to reply to every message I get, unless somehow this video gets millions of views, which I doubt that. I don't know, but you never know. But yeah, really, I try and reply to every message within like that day, usually within 20 minutes or so. So let me know what you think. So today I'm going to be talking about the comparisons, maybe a little bit of the versus between PlayStation Now, Xbox Game Pass, and Google Stadia, because I really think that all three of these companies are doing things different, but doing things the same, and it's kind of the future of where gaming's going. I do want to say that I think that it's kind of like they're going in a direction of like Netflix, and I think there's upsides and downsides to that. I think the upsides are it's going to be a cheaper gaming situation for us. Downsides are I think that it's going to hurt the gaming industry immensely, since there's not going to be as much money coming in for the games, and the gaming companies are going to probably have to choose one of these options due to that. So if they don't get the chance to do that, we'll start seeing maybe more exclusives in the future. You know, because when I start explaining some of these options here, you'll see that it's like with what gaming companies have been saying for like the past 5-7 years about how they're not making enough money off the games, and they have to either have season passes or malicious money-making systems. With what's coming out now from Xbox, PlayStation, and Google, I think that it's really just there's no way for the money to be made. So I'll talk about that later on a little bit more, but let's get on into the actual individual options here. So I'm going to start off with the one that I have personal experience with now, is Xbox Game Pass. I've been playing it on the Xbox, and I even have it installed on I have a Surface Pro tablet, an old one as well, and I was able to play one of the games on it, which is a very old and simple game. I forget which one it was, but I was able to play it for a little while. It was something about like a cart and something, but it loaded up, it played for a little while before my Surface started screaming from heat, but it did play, and it's not that bad. I even have Steam on there and stuff, and that does run too on some games, so it's a pretty interesting piece of tech there. But you can have it on your PC, you can have it on your Xbox, pretty good system here. And the cost of it, so like Netflix, it has a monthly cost. You can either pay $5 just for PC, you can pay $10 for Xbox, or you can pay $15 a month and you can get it for PC, Xbox, and they'll give you Xbox Live Gold, which costs already $10 anyway. So at least you're not having to spend $20 in total just for the Xbox by having the Google Game Pass and then your Xbox Live Gold to play multiplayer games outside of that, the Game Pass. So, it's a pretty good system. Getting to see what games are on there. There are quite a few games on there, ranging from Xbox 360 to Xbox One. They do have new games and even games that have released, like what was it? That Homefront game just came out, and instantly it's on there. You know, it looks like from what we saw at Xbox E3, a lot of the games that are coming out in the near future and for the foreseeable future, especially if it's an Xbox Game Studios release, it will be on Game Pass from what it's seeming. We just don't know if it'll be on Game Pass PC or Xbox for now. It doesn't look like all the titles are going to PC just yet, but it does look like they're trying to make it so that it is playable on any option, and you could always stream to your PC from an Xbox anyway if you want to play that way. It's just a little bit more wonky. So it looks like they're really trying to do something here. They're also giving out, you can play Gears 5 Ultimate Edition early, so I mean that is an Xbox game there. So it's understandable that that's rocking and rolling a little bit early. So it's not like they're doing what PlayStation does with like Call of Duty, where Call of Duty gets to release early, like every, you know, update that comes out and everything comes out on PlayStation early. So it's not like they're doing a PlayStation move here. It's Gears. You know, this is like an Xbox game, you know, so of course that's gonna, what does it mean to them to release it early? It's just, oh, you're paying $15 a month, so yeah, well, whatever, we'll just give it to you early. Why not make you feel special, you know? So that's what Xbox is doing. Then we got PlayStation with the PlayStation Now, which is very similar to what Xbox is doing. So what you got here is you get your 7-day free trial, or you do a 12-month subscription for $70, or at the most expensive, a 1-month subscription for $20. So it is kind of like the same cost as what the Xbox Game Pass would be if you were getting it on just the Xbox itself, and then also paying your monthly, your multiplayer cost with the Xbox Live. But with PlayStation Now, so it's $20 a month, and you can play over 700 games. I didn't mention Xbox only has it's a little over 100, but PlayStation, if you look at the list, is a gigantic list of games. It looks like PlayStation's just where Xbox is trying to give you the newer games. PlayStation not really mentioning much about like the newer games, since I mean they weren't at E3 for some reason. They don't like doing that anymore. But you know, from what I've been able to find out online, it doesn't look like they're going to be getting like the majority of their new games on this program just yet. But you're going to have a lot of like just old games, relatively new games, and everything available on there with the monthly player cost included, as long as it's on PlayStation Now. If you have a game that's not on PlayStation Now, you still have to buy your PlayStation, you know, monthly cost just to play multiplayer on those games, sadly. So, you know, PlayStation a little more expensive due to that. But PlayStation does give you free games monthly, whereas Xbox, it's not really a thing. So they, you know, they do have their upsides and downsides here, you know. Whereas it's like PlayStation's kind of like Hulu, where you just get a ton of options, a ton of old options, and Xbox is like Netflix, where you're getting this curated experience where Xbox is owning a lot of the studios. So a lot of the games you're getting is going to be curated by the, you know, the head office, like Netflix kind of does. So if a game company does make something and bring it to them, maybe they'll buy them and buy out the studio and be like, yes, come into Netflix, you know. So it's kind of seeing this comparison here. I find it interesting. They're not trying to necessarily beat each other at each other's games. They're just trying to do the similar thing in a slightly different way. But now where PlayStation differs even further is the fact that even though Xbox will have streaming services in the future, PlayStation does have streaming access only on PC. So Xbox, yes, does have PC and Xbox for $15 a month. For this $20 a month, you're getting the PC streaming access and PlayStation 4 streaming or game download access. So with PlayStation, you can download the game still to your system, but they're trying to future-proof their products already with the streaming service, even though I worry to wonder. I don't think things like this are fully ready yet. I think they're definitely in their beta system. So you're paying more for your monthly, and then you're doing something that I have a feeling is going to be very wonky, especially if your internet connection is not amazing. So, and you only have the option on PC to stream, because also I'd imagine it'll be hard for them to optimize their games to be able to be downloaded and run on this operating system when they've been running on PlayStation's whole setup for a while. You know, I don't think they want to ask their companies to have to re-optimize a lot of games, especially the PlayStation only games that have been coming out. I mean, like Spider-Man. I don't think they want to go back to the drawing board on things to port things over and deal with wonkiness there. So you know what, they'll load it on their end, you get to see the video, all's well and good. At least they're competitive against Xbox, and the fact that Xbox will let you, Microsoft will let you play the games on, any of their platforms, as long as it has Windows on it. You can have fun, have a blast. So it's interesting. They're doing different things, but similar things. Not trying to beat each other, just trying to be different at the same kind of thing. And then we have Google Stadia. So Google Stadia is going to be the streaming service to your cell phone, your TV, your tablet, your anything. Anything you pretty much want, as long as it's, capable with Google, will pretty much eventually be able to load the Google Stadia setup. And it will be free. If you want to just do 1080p at 60 frames a second in stereo, it'll be free. But you do have to buy the games. So whereas Xbox and PlayStation are just letting you play all the games that they have available, for this monthly service, Google's like, all right, no, it'll be free, but you got to pay for the games. So that's a very interesting move. See, it's still the same thing, but different. Not trying to beat them, but just trying to be slightly different in a different way. But Google Stadia, the Stadia system, does also offer a monthly option. And mind you, with this, you do have to buy either their controller or have a capable controller, like I mentioned in the Google Stadia video before. And that's going to cost $130 if you want to have the Founders Edition one. And it's $10 a month, but you get 3 months for free if you buy the controller. So you're paying $100 for a controller, which is ludicrous. And then you can get up to 4K, 60 frames a second, with 5.1 surround sound. A little bit of a better deal. And then they say free games released regularly. I don't know what that means. And the free game that they mentioned starting is Destiny 2, the collection. So I guess everything that's come out for Destiny 2. But at this point, as a gamer, I think, I don't know if I'm alone on this. Let me know. But that really sounds like the most bland free game I've ever heard of. Pretty much anyone who wants to play Destiny 2 at this point, they already own it. They already own it. I would feign to think that there's someone out there like, I wish I could buy Destiny 2 and have it on my games list. Oh, it would be so glorious if I could have that. I don't think it exists. And then if you look at also the fact that you have to buy the games, so you spend your $10 a month just to have your 4K capability, and with that 4K capability, hopefully you don't have an internet cap, because you're going to be loading 35 megabits per second just to be able to see the best quality of 4K video. Now, we'll load at like 30, probably upper 20s in 4K, but it'll be like, it won't be the greatest, but 35 megabits per second. So, yeah, if you got capped internet, sucks for you. If you got fiber optic internet, you're just going to laugh at this and just be like, all right, whatever. I could do this all day. Let's rock and roll, But then on top of that, though, if you look at the confirmed Google Stadia games, it is one of the most dismal lists I've ever seen. I mean, Borderlands 3 is pretty interesting. That's pretty cool. But aside from that, I mean, again, what? Assassin's Creed Odyssey? That's more of a like, wow, look how stunning this thing actually loads. But then you remember you're playing Assassin's Creed Odyssey, which in my opinion was a very boring game. Stunning, beautiful. I think the fighting is pretty good in it, but you realize you've done the same thing over and over and over and over and over again. Like, and the thing you're doing is not really all that impressive or amazing. It just, I could talk all day on that one. I won't. Again, what, Grid? A game called Guilt, Get Packed, whatever that is. Of course, Metro Exodus, because that's on everything. Metro Exodus has gone in an exodus out into the gaming world and be like, we will be on everything for some reason. Rage 2, gee golly. The Elder Scrolls Online, that's an interesting one there, the Elder Scrolls Online. And, all the Division 2 and stuff. Wolfenstein Youngblood, another new game coming out. And Ghost Recon Breakpoint, another newer game coming out. But that's just what we know of so far. So they might get more games, they might not. $10 a month. You have to have an internet connection that you're going to pay a lot of money every month for. So, like, out of all these options, when I think about it, they're all really doing the same thing, but just different. But then when I think about it, of actual use cases of which one is kind of pulling out ahead, I don't know if you would agree with me, but I do think that Xbox might be winning in the future if we just compare them as what we know right now. Why are you going to spend, $200 a month for the most beastly internet package you can get when you could just download the games and play them? To play multiplayer game online does not require 200 megabit per second download speeds just so that you can have like a steady 35 megabit per second speed. It doesn't require that. You need maybe like a couple megabytes per second for a multiplayer game. That's it. That's all it takes. It'll just take you a long time to download it, but once you got it downloaded, that's it. If you have capped internet, at least you could download 1 or 2 games every month and just enjoy them at your leisure for the whole month, and you're still getting your money's worth of $15 a month, and you can play it on anything, your PC, your Xbox, whatever you kind of want out of these options here. You can play it and rock and roll and have a good day, and then you get your Xbox Live Gold involved with that. You're getting some good deals on all like the Xbox games that are coming out if you end up want to buy a game, so it's not like Stadia where you have to buy the game fully. You're getting discounts, and then PlayStation is just giving you as many games as possible. It's like, whatever you want to play it. You can stream it. It's okay. We don't care. Stream it. Download it on PlayStation only, but, stream it on anything. So yet again, you need to have a beastly internet connection if you're trying to stream it. You're going to be dealing with the quality of that, and we don't really know. We don't have as clear of a system where they're saying we're going to get as many of the new games as we possibly can. Xbox is the only one doing that. Like, you look at the E3 and it's like every game was pretty much like Xbox Game Pass at launch. Yeah. So I really think Xbox is pulling ahead. So they're all doing something different but similar. But my main worry, my final thing, I know I'm going on here a while, but my final worry is, what is this going to do to the gaming world? What is this going to do to the developers, to the publishers? I mean, we're just coming down from, it looks like Call of Duty's finally going in a better direction where you're not dealing with a battle pass anymore and all this stuff. It looks like companies are starting to learn we don't want to give you $100 for a game just to play it for 1 year when we're really only going to play it for like a few months before we kind of get bored of it, and then just pick it up once in a while after that. So it's like gaming companies, we're finally learning we'll give you big stories, epic experiences, and still give you multiplayer experiences. And these companies that have been saying they need more money. They're not making enough money. So now you're going to do a thing where here's this thing. It's going to let you play anything you want for $15 a month, $20 a month, $10 a month. How are these game companies going to make money? Where's the money going to come from? If you can download as many games as you want in a month and play them as long as they're on the service. Now, maybe you do 2 games a month on PlayStation. You're still spending $20 for that month, so what does that game company get? Because part of that's going to get split to PlayStation. I'm willing to bet it's going to probably be a minimum of like 30% of that, most likely more. So what is that game company making? And then what if that game company is a development company and a publisher? Now, they have to split it. So how much are they making off of each game when they release? Unless they're going to have to keep on hoping that you play it for the long haul. So, like, let's say every month you're playing it, or you play it for, like, let's say you play it for a whole year. So with, like, PlayStation, that's $70. So would that be, like, the only way they can make their buck? And then how does the payout work? Is it by time played in ratio? Like, what is the system of getting these game companies money? Because, I mean, they have developers working there. We've got our coders. We've got our artists. We've got amazing people in the gaming community. that just want to make amazing experiences for us. So where's that money going to go? Where is it going to come from? What things are going to have to change? Things are going to have to change for it. So even though we talk about all this technology and wow, like, oh, I'm going to be able to play all these games and do all this stuff, at the end of the day, you know, the people that made that have to put food on the table and keep a roof over their head. So yeah, we're getting this really cheap price for this thing, but is that a feasible price? I don't know. I really don't. Now, Xbox Game Studios can say to all their games, their companies that they own, hey, we're putting you on the Xbox Game Pass. But if Xbox isn't giving those companies the replacement of what they would have made, you know, we're going to see a mass exodus of people working in this industry because they just won't be able to be paid. And we're already starting to see that in certain games like Blizzard, Activision, letting go 800 people. You know, these things are already starting to happen. And I feel terrible for the people that have, you know, gone through crunch periods in developing these games, that they're going to be out on the streets. For what? Just for this monthly thing? I'd rather buy my games. So at the end of the day, it's like, even though these companies are doing something, I spent so much time talking about that, I still have to fall back on I'd rather buy the game. I'd rather choose what company I want to say, thank you. Here's your money. Thank you for what you've made. I really appreciate it. It brings me so much joy to spend time playing this, and it's given me some of the best memories to have. I can't wait to tell people about it years from now, just like I talk about Halo back in the day, World of Warcraft, you know, back in the day. You know, all these moments in my life I talk about so often. Thank you to those companies and those developers. You know, so with this, I don't know. This could be a very big change for the worse of the gaming world, you know, but I'm just one person. I don't know. I could be crazy. I don't know. I could be just stupid. Who knows? I really don't know. But when I'm thinking about this and I'm trying to logically think about all this stuff, I have my worries, and I have my doubts, and I have my concerns, and I really want to know if I'm alone on that. Let me know if I'm alone on that. I really just want to know. Because, I don't know, as excited as I am, as good of a deal as it sounds like, you know, you hear that saying, no matter how good it sounds, the better it sounds even, the worse off it could be. You know, there's got to be something up with it. You know, so I think we'll see. All right, I'm going to leave my little chit-chat about this topic here. Let me know in the comments if you want to chat and join in on the conversation there. I'd really like to know and chat with y'all. I hope you enjoyed the game footage also of Cluster Truck here. I know, random game to show. Just trying something new to see if you'd enjoy watching some gameplay while I kind of ramble on here. I think it's more enjoyable to watch video games while chatting. I played pretty badly through some portions of it, but golly, the game was so much fun and addictive. Golly gosh. I really appreciate y'all very much. You have a good day. I'll see you in the next video. Golly. Bye-bye, bye-bye, bye-bye.
Like, comment, subscribe, and follow if you dare.